Welcome. Let's meet the candidates.
I don't feel no ways tired.
I have a brother that was president and a father that was president.
People go into prison straight, and when they come out, they're gay.
Sit down and shut up.
I am a very, very proud Wackerberg.
Black lives matter. White lives matter.
Unlike another woman in this race, I actually love spending time with my husband.
I was a person who was the governor during the 9/11 attack.
Horse apples. Get the heck out of the way.
I ought to be Pope, not president.
Climate change is directly related to the growth of terrorism.
I'm all for humor, but I think reality TV and the presidential election ought to be separate. California has a drought, and so that's why I brought my own water.
We will never have the elite, smart people on our side.
We will have so much winning if I get elected that you may get bored with winning.
All right, very good. I think Hillary Clinton is going to call us here, and so we got to take a break and see if she does. We got word that maybe it's 7:30 tonight. Just got to leave the lines open here. All right, Tim Conway Jr. We're live on KFI 640. KFI AM 640, Tim Conway Jr. here. Well, we got burned by Bernie Sanders. A couple weeks ago, we were supposed to interview him. I think it was Sarah somebody. I don't remember her name. Sarah Ford. And she said, hey, you want to interview Bernie Sanders? I said, yeah, we're going to go to Anaheim. And then she said, nah, just kidding. You can't interview him. And she's like legitimate, like was his press secretary, or still is. And I was one of two people who worked here at KFI who got burned by Bernie Sanders. They lied to us. They said they were going to have an interview with Bernie Sanders, and then it didn't happen. So when Bernie Sanders says he doesn't lie, yeah, he lies like all of them. Yeah, he lied to me. Clown. Sons of... All right. So then we said anybody that calls up, either Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, or Bernie Sanders, if you call us up and we put you on the show, and whoever's first, I'll campaign for you. And it looks like the first one, I'm stalling a little because they're just getting her on the phone right now. It looks like the very first one is Hillary Rodham Clinton, and I think she's with us. Secretary Clinton, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Hey!
Great to hear your voice, and so glad I have your vote.
Well, you do now. I said, yes. Anybody that's going to call in of the top three, if it was you, Trump, or Bernie Sanders, and you sound like you're in a great mood. Are you in New Jersey or are you out here in California?
Oh, I'm in between is where I really am. And listen, I'm sorry to hear that about Bernie flaking on you,
Right.
But, I mean, there's a lot of smoke in the air, and I understand, he has the tendency to do that.
Right, exactly. Hey, one of the questions your people said they didn't say not to ask this question, but they asked us, what questions we're going to ask you. And I said I wouldn't ask her about going to prison, so I'm not going to even ask you that.
Well, that's very big of you, Tim. Thank you. I'm not going to bring up the thing with you and the mayonnaise either.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, but now I don't know how to put this. I guess your step-brother-in-law, Roger Clinton, was arrested again for DUI?
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that, huh?
Oh, for the love of God. Now, Bill, what? Did you know about this? Oh, for crying out loud.
That's
well,
great.
What can I say? The Clinton men, they have a good time.
Yes, they do. All right, so tomorrow, big day for you here in California. If you do win New Jersey, you may have clinched it before the vote even is over here in California. So then you're off. How are you going to get Bernie Sanders out of this race?
Well, I'm not too worried about the mayor of Vermont, I have to tell you. He gets everybody's panties in a bunch of those rallies or whatever they're called.
Right, exactly.
But, that's great, if you're at a Tom Jones concert. But, no, this is, this is the big leagues.
Right, this is the real deal. Right.
Yeah.
All right, so the email scandal doesn't seem to be going away. Are you worried at all about being interviewed by the FBI?
Well, here is the thing, Tim. The thing that the American people are forgetting, they're losing sight of the fact that you have three people running for office.
Right.
I am the only one of the three of us who could actually write, send, and delete an email. Trump, he can tweet, right?
Exactly.
Sanders, he's working on like a typewriter, or, going door to door. So I'm not worried about it. No.
Okay. All right. Good. But this is a big year for you, and I think it was 8 years ago today that you sort of threw in the towel and you gave up and you said you're going to support Barack Obama. He went on to become president. It would have been really fitting maybe if Bernie Sanders would have done the same thing on this anniversary and not even wait for the vote tomorrow. But I guess he's a stubborn guy. He's going to wait to see how California turns out tomorrow.
I don't know how to say this, but I have been up close to the man, and I think he's putting some Manischewitz in his Pepsi can. So.
Okay. All right. But that is, it's exciting. I know that.
Me on that one.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Okay. All right. How's Bill doing this? Is he out here campaigning for you?
He is working hard. We made the mistake last time we were in the White House. When we left, as you know, we were dead broke, and that's not going to happen this time. So we've got him working on a few deals, just to earn some pennies. Yeah.
Right. And I do remember when you guys did leave the White House, you took all the W's off of all the computers for George W. Bush. I thought that was a real classy move.
Is that right?
That's a true story.
That's a great story.
All the keyboards, they jimmied off the W out of all of them.
That's brilliant.
It is odd. Hey, so if you do go into the White House, if you win in November and you slide in there late January, early February, are you going to go with the same decoration you had last time? Any updates?
Gosh, Tim, would you be available to come in and make some tweaks?
It's going to be interesting, though, because the Oval Office is going to be yours instead of Bill's. I wonder how he's going to handle that.
Bill has a whole thing going on in the other wing. He's in charge of pool parties this go round.
That's classic. All right. Well, we do appreciate you coming on, and thanks for chiming in. Hopefully, you can call us again before November. Good luck tomorrow in New Jersey and California.
Thank you. Make sure everybody gets out there and vote, and go Lakers.
Okay, thank you.
Now she's really popped right into the community, hasn't she?
That's great. Belios waving her arms because we're only supposed to have 5 minutes with her, and we went on for 7.5. So she's waving her arm because she's talking to the press secretary on the other phone, on the cell phone.
Yeah, they're very tough about the time.
Wild. I mean, we're 2 minutes over, and they're yelling at her. I guess she had to be at some kind of press conference or whatever. So what did that press secretary say? Why was he so pissed?
Where do I begin?
Is that right?
Yeah, it was a few things.
What did you what was a few things?
I'll get into it with you off the air.
The prison thing?
Yes.
It wasn't
But they asked us to stay away from that, and that's the first thing you go for.
I didn't ask
it. But you brought it up, and
I didn't ask it. No. I
know, but you put me in a little bit of hot water.
All right. Well,
because I promised you wouldn't, and
I
right away you did. But
they said.
But you brought it up, and they asked
said, don't ask it. I didn't ask it.
They said don't bring it up.
They didn't say don't bring it up. They said don't ask her about it. Right?
Isn't that the same thing?
No!
Mondo, is that the same thing?
Not the same thing.
He didn't ask her.
I didn't ask her about it. I didn't say you could.
All he said was, look, I've been told not to ask you about this, and so I won't ask you about the going to prison thing.
Right, and she was fine with it.
I know, but you put me in a hard place because I tell them, no, he won't. No, it'll be great. And then right out of you do.
I know. Did they swear at you?
No, but it was heated.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Are you really, though?
I'll get you a peanut-tainted ding-dong after work. All right, very good.
I have allergies.
All right.
Ding-dong!
I thought it was fine. I thought it was great. Thank you to Hillary Rodham Clinton for calling the program. All right, we're live on KFI.